Alright, what up? Got the updated Xbox One physical collection, 235 games, ton of games, steelbooks, you name it. And we're going to start off with Agents of Mayhem, a pretty cool open world game set in the Saints Row universe. Alien Isolation, an amazing game that captures the feel of the Alien movies perfectly. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, a fun Spider-Man game. Probably the only one you could get on Xbox. We got Anthem, pretty good game, but definitely BioWare's weakest in my opinion. Ark Survival Evolved, survival style game, a lot of fun. We got all the Assassin's Creed, one of my favorite series, probably my favorite series. We got the Ezio trilogy, 2, 3, and Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Remastered. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Nice steelbook, by the way. My favorite game of last year, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Incredible game. And it followed up the incredible game of Assassin's Creed Origins with my favorite Assassin Bayek. We got Assassin's Creed Rogue, probably the most underrated one of the series, with Shay, and you play as a Templar for once. Love this steelbook, by the way. Assassin's Creed Unity. I played it after all the notorious bugs were fixed, so I actually enjoyed it a lot. I absolutely love Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Love both Evie and Jacob. I thought they played very well off each other. And Assassin's Creed Chronicles were just more like a side-scrolling style of the Assassin's Creed series. Next up, got Batman Return to Arkham. This is Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. I also have Arkham Origins on 360 backwards compat, and my favorite Batman of them, Arkham Knight. Excuse me. Incredible game. You got Batman at Telltale and The Enemy Within. I'm not the biggest Telltale fan, but they're fine. I definitely prefer the Arkham games a trillion times more. We got Battleborn. Love this steelbook, and I actually like this game a lot. I know it's dead now and wasn't the most well received, and Overwatch killed it, but I loved it, I'm not gonna lie, especially playing as a Rendy. Alright, we got Battlefield 1, great game. Battlefield 4, awesome game. Battlefield 5, love this. I think I like 1 a little more than 5. I'm still debating on that because this is an awesome game. And Hardline, underrated one in the series. And you know, it's more like you're playing as modern day cops and stuff. But yeah, I'm not a COD guy. I am a Battlefield guy. Love those games. BioShock, the collection, features BioShock 1, 2, and my favorite of the 3, BioShock Infinite. Amazing, amazing games. Blaze Blue. This is made from the same developers as the Dragon Ball Fighters devs, I believe. A lot of fun. I need to put more time into it though. We got Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night. Awesome Castlevania style game. And it looks gorgeous too and it's well done on the Xbox One X. Alright, so now we got the Borderlands series, the Game of the Year edition. I also have Borderlands 1 back compat. Yeah, the Borderlands games are pretty damn amazing, and Borderlands 3 just came out, and I could tell you it's so good. And they're all X enhanced. They all look amazing. The Handsome Collections comes with the pre-sequel and 2. Borderlands 3. By the way, what a steelbook, man! Awesome. And so far, it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm loving it. And then Tales from the Borderland is my favorite of the Telltale games, without a doubt. Very, very good. And the story-based games are probably my least favorite genre. We got Bulletstorm, great game. I love games like these that are just wild and action-packed. Burnout Paradise, the remastered, nice nostalgia game. Cabela African Adventures. This is it's like you pretty much shoot animals in Africa. That's alright, not too bad. Call of Cthulhu, a good horror game. First person style, story based, a bit slow, but it's not necessarily a bad thing for that universe. Conan Exiles is a lot like Ark Survival Evolved. It's a lot of fun, and you could play as big breasted women, naked women and stuff. Control, awesome game from Remedy. I'm really enjoying it right now, and this is the deluxe edition that come with the steelbook. Crackdown 3, I love this steelbook. I love this game. I know it wasn't the best reviewed game, but look, you give me crazy powers and guns, put me in an open world and let me just blow shit up, I'm gonna love it. So I love this game. A nice nostalgic game in Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. I haven't played it much though, but I still remember it from the PlayStation days. We got The Crew 1 and 2, and this is the Steelbook edition with The Crew 2. And Cuphead. Awesome game, but this actually was just a case that came with the digital code. It's still a classic though. And it came with some art. Yeah, I love the animation in it too. God, I love those old school animation. Kinda miss it. Alright, so we headed on to the next deck. Alrighty. So here we got Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and the Dark Souls Trilogy Steelbook. Yeah, Dark Souls games are amazing, and you're gonna see a lot of Dark Souls style games in my collection. And look at that steelbook, this is sick. Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of those style games. I love those types of RPGs. They're nice, and I play everything on the hardest difficulty as it is. So yeah, so absolutely love it. Now we got a trilogy of one of my favorite series, Darksiders. We got the War Mastered Edition, Darksiders 2, and Darksiders 3. What's so cool about these trilogy of games is they all play differently. They're set in the same universe. Like this is a very, very hack and slash light. This is more dark. This is more action RPG-ish. With the RPG elements. This one's more Dark Souls-ish, and where you do a lot of dodge and countering when you're doing combat, and yet they're all awesome. Alright, so my best friend's favorite game, Dead by Daylight. It's a fun multiplayer online game. We got Dead or Alive 5, Last Round, Dead or Alive 6, the Steelbook Edition. Both are very fun fighting games, and I remember them from, that series been around for a while. Alright, and now we've got the Dead Rising series, Dead Rising 1, 2, 3, and 4. My favorite of these is probably 3, because it's the most serious one, but and the rest are more lighthearted. But what I liked about, but 4 had the less of those annoying time missions. Time missions are a bit annoying, but they're all great games. You can't go wrong with either one. So yeah, there's that. We got a very fun and funny game, Deadpool. I kind of miss games like these. It's not the longest game. It's not even the best, but it's just a fun, wild superhero game. Deus Mankind Divided, awesome steelbook for an amazing game. It's a RPG, first-person RPG. If you plan on playing Cyberpunk, this is probably a good place to start. Alright, so we got Devil May Cry HD Collection, Devil May Cry 5, and Ninja Theory's Devil May Cry DMC. I also have Devil May Cry 4 digitally, but the physical version is very, very expensive on eBay. So if you ever see it in my collection, I found a hell of a deal. But yeah, they're all very fun games. DMC 5 is probably one of the best games of the year so far, and you can find it on Xbox Game Pass, which I'm a subscriber of the Ultimate. And Diablo 3, awesome top-down RPG. You're gonna see a lot of top-down RPGs in my collection as well. Oh, Dishonored! What an amazing series of games this is. This is the definitive edition where you play as Corvo. Dishonored 2, amazing game where you could play as Corvo or Emily. I played as Emily personally. And in Death of the Dishonored, you play as Billy. And what I love about these games, you can play. It's a stealth game, a lot of amazing powers, and it's just a ton of fun. Love those games. We got Divinity, Original Sin 1 and 2. These are some of the best, highest. I've heard that these are some of the best RPGs almost ever, really. They're just so deep and customizable. Yeah, so if you're into that genre, pick it up. We got Doom, an incredible game that's just non-stop action. Absolutely love Doom, and I'm getting in Doom Eternal. We got Dragon Age Inquisition. Love BioWare games. And, this is probably my favorite of the three. I have Dragon Age Origins and 2 back compat on Xbox One as well. And we got Dragon Ball Fighters, amazing fighting game, and an incredible steelbook too. Look at that. Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. The Xenoverse games they're kind of RPG-ish, I think, because you build your own character and you fight and you have stats and stuff like that. But they're a lot of fun. Dragon Ball Fighters is my favorite of the Dragon Ball games, though. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, an amazing RPG. If you like RPGs, I do suggest you play it. Dying Light, a very awesome. Oh, this is an incredible steelbook, by the way. Incredible steelbook for an incredible game. And Dynasty Warriors 9. I haven't put much time to it. Not even sure if I started it yet. But yeah, it's like this crazy hack and slash, and it has hundreds and hundreds of characters on screen at once. Alright, so let's move these next stacks a little closer. And let's move these out of the way. Alright, so next up is Elix. Yeah, I like these type of RPGs, but this is glitchy and hard, and I like hard games, but this game is kind of cheap. It's still a lot of fun. I can't hate on it, honestly. We got the Evil Within 1 and 2. Very, very fun horror games. The Evil Within 2 got rid of that weird letterbox thing that the first one did. Although I was later told that you could actually turn the letterbox off. And I guess I didn't realize when I played it. A nice steelbook. Fade to Silence. This is a survival style RPG. Nice game. Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. These are cool games, but yeah, for some reason I just can't get into the Bethesda games, Fallout and Skyrim like most. Now, I do like Fallout more than Skyrim or Elder Scrolls personally, but there still could be a little hard to get into for my taste. I also have Fallout 3 and New Vegas back compat on Xbox One. There's the steelbook for 4, steelbook for 76. And here's another favorite series of mine, Far Cry. And here's Far Cry 3, Classic Edition, Far Cry 4, awesome steelbook, Far Cry 5. Look at that, that's a great steelbook as well. And this might be my favorite of the Far Cry games. Loads of crazy fun. Here's a awesome steelbook is New Dawn. New Dawn was a great game, by the way, that came out earlier this year. Love the artwork. And this one also has some RPG elements, because it seems like Ubisoft new thing is put RPG elements in everything, because they did that with Assassin's Creed as well. And Far Cry Primal, another great steelbook. And I like Primal. I know it's the black sheep of the Far Cry games, but hey, I like what I like. We got Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy Type 0. Yeah, so I've been gaming since the Sega Genesis days, and this is my first foray into the Final Fantasy world, and I dug it. I later got Final Fantasy 13 backwards compat on Xbox One, and it's Xbox One X enhanced, by the way, and it looks amazing for a 360 game. So yeah, that's that. And Type 0. This is an awesome steelbook, by the way. But yeah, there's Final Fantasy for you. We got For Honor. This is a pretty cool online game where you'll choose samurais, knights, and Vikings. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's the steelbook edition of that. Now we get on to the best racer ever, the Forza series. Forza Horizon 2, Forza Horizon 3, Forza Horizon 4. Somehow these games just get better and better. Forza Horizon 4 added like the seasons, and Forza Horizon 3 is awesome. Forza Horizon 2 is great. Same thing with Forza Motorsport. Here's the steelbook version of Forza Motorsport 5, Forza Motorsport 6. And my favorite of all the Forza games I have is Motorsport 7. Yeah, the simulation racer took me by surprise because the arcade racers are incredible. The whole series is just incredible. Both of those dev teams do amazing work. We got Gears Ultimate Edition and Gears of War 4. I do have Gears of War 5, but unfortunately Amazon screwed up the shipping. It was supposed to get here today, but it's gonna get here probably tomorrow or something. But I've been playing Gears 5 on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I just wanted to add it to my collection as well, because Gears is incredible. Gears 5 is incredible. Might be one of the best games of the year. That level good. Generation Zero. This is a first-person survival game in the 80s in like Sweden or something like that, or somewhere in the Netherlands. And Ghostbusters. Yeah, so this isn't the remake of the one based on the movie. This is something else. It's like I guess a 4-player game. I don't know, but GTA 5, everybody has this game. Greedfall, this game just came out, but so far it's amazing RPG. It looks like it's gonna be very deep and a lot of fun. I can't wait to really dig into it. We got some Halo. Master Chief Collection, the Steelbook version. Halo 5. And Halo Wars 2. Can't go wrong with Halo. They're, Halo's Halo for a reason. A bunch of awesome games. Love them. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Amazing game from Ninja Theory. And it looks beautiful on the S. And then it touches on things like mental health. It's a great game. We got Hitman 1 and 2. I love Hitman. All the creative ways that you can kill people, it's really something else, man. And then these two have the best and most creative ways to kill in the whole series. So if you like Hitman, pick up both. Homefront: The Revolution, not too bad. It's not the best rated game apparently, but I enjoyed it. Excuse me. Immortal Unchained. This is like Dark Souls with guns. It's not long, but it is a lot of fun. Alright, so as a DC fan, a Mortal Kombat fan, these Injustice games are just right up my alley, and they're two of my favorite fighters of all time. We got Injustice, Gods Among Us. This is technically back compat on Xbox One. And Injustice 2, my favorite fighting game of this whole generation. And then it got characters like the Ninja Turtles and Hellboy as well on the Ultimate Edition, along with all my favorite heroes like Batman, Nightwing, Superman, Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Green Lantern, Flash. They're just incredible games. Inside and Limbo, two very short and very fun indie games. And Just Cause 3 and 4, both for the Steelbook versions. Love the Steelbook. I know it's just a cover, but the way the colors pop is incredible. And the games, man, these games are so fun. And I also have Just Cause 1 and 2 back compat. But man, these games are fucking great. Yeah, and they're releasing new content for Just Cause 4. And that, man, the destruction, it's just like this massive open world where just so much goes on. It just adrenaline pumping action. Love those games. Alright, next set. We got PUBG. Now this actually came with like the digital card. I might get the disc version maybe. But PUBG, glitchy as hell, but fun game on the Xbox One. We got Killer Instinct, awesome fighter game. Killing Floor 2. This is like you kill zombies and stuff like that. And it also has co-op. I haven't played it much, but it is pretty good. We got an awesome steelbook for an underrated game, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Look at that. It's got that kind of medieval style artwork. And it is set in like those medieval times where you play as Henry. It's a very simulation and deep style RPG. And it's not for punks. It's a difficult game too. We got Kingdom Hearts 3. A lot of fun. First time Kingdom Hearts hit Xbox, and I hope Square eventually puts the first two games on Xbox like they did for PlayStation. I've enjoyed that game, and I'm not like some big Disney fan either. L.A. Noire, pretty good. Focusing on story and detective work. A little slow for my taste at time, but it's still a good game from Rockstar. Winston Battle Mage, RPG, first-person RPG with very cool powers. Give it a try. It's probably very cheap too. Kind of horror-based game, Little Nightmares. It's like a side-scroller. Lords of the Fallen, a Dark Souls style game. It's really good too. And it's probably the most Dark Souls of any of them. Mad Max, an incredibly underrated game and cool steelbook. Yeah, this game is so underrated, it's crazy. But it is so damn good. If you like open world games, check out Mad Max. Mafia 3, I absolutely love this game. And this is a really awesome steelbook too. Yeah, this game, and the DLCs are pretty good as well. Let's see. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Very fun games. I think 3 is a little better than Infinite. And Infinite, by the way, if you play the story mode, it's pretty much DC versus Mortal Kombat story, where the villain fuses together and the heroes gotta work together and all this stuff. Yeah, that's not bad. Absolutely love Mass Effect Andromeda. I know the game is notorious, but look, I put over 100 hours in the single player alone. I can't hate on this game. We got, let's see what we got here. Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero, and Metal Gear Solid Survive. Pretty good games. Here's some amazing games. This is Metro 2033 and Last Night Redux. And Metro Exodus, one of the best games this year. The HDR is incredible. It is so atmospheric. This game, it's a must play. Speaking of more must plays, we've got Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. Like, Shadow of Mordor was this sleeper hit. I think it caught a lot of people off guard. And then Shadow of Mordor just improved on everything. And it's probably one of my favorite games this whole generation. I'm gonna have to sit down one day and really think about games that gets in that upper echelon, because that might be up there. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I haven't started it yet, but it looks really good. Monster Hunter World. This is an awesome JRPG, and this is coming from someone who isn't just like the biggest JRPG fan, but this game is really, really awesome. I want to get that Iceborne Monster Hunter Iceborne. See how good that is. So, Mortal Kombat, probably my all-time favorite fighting games. With Injustice 2, just having like a similar style and being based off DC heroes is my favorite altogether this gen. But we got Mortal Kombat XL with the horror movie characters, which is fucking amazing. And then Mortal Kombat XL. Alright, this game is one of the best games this year. And simple still there. Yeah, but both are awesome. Murdered Soul Suspect. It's a pretty good game. Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. This is a really good top-down RPG. It's turn-based as well, which, before this gen, I didn't really like turn-based games, but games like this and Divinity Original Sin is really winning me over on that genre. Need for Speed Payback. Very, very fun arcade racer with the corniest dialogue of any game in my collection. Seriously. Play that game and listen to them talk. We got No Man's Sky. This looked like I haven't really played it yet, but this looked like such a chill game. And I've heard good things since it's been updated. And it's had some significant updates too. Akami HD. This is a game from like the PS2 OG Xbox era, and it's a lot of fun. Very unique. Onimusha Warlords. Classic game from the OG Xbox era. Ori and the Blind Forest. Amazing Metroidvania style game, and I can't wait for Ori and the Will of Wisp. Outcast Second Contact. This is like a remastered of an old school style game. Outward. This is a awesome RPG. This is in the same vein of games like Greedfall and Fade to Silence, where it's not like this super big budget game, but it's still a very fun RPG that's surprisingly deep that you could get into. Love it. Overwatch, fun multiplayer game. Not my favorite personally, but Pillars of Eternity, an awesome top-down RPG made by Obsidian, who's made some really good RPGs, by the way. A Plague's Tale: Innocence. This is a story-based game. The story and characters are really good. I don't really like kids, so I didn't like Hugo too much, but I did like everybody else, like Lucas and all of them. But yeah, this game, the story was surprisingly good. The gameplay is pretty good too, and fortunately, fortunately you actually play, and it's not like Telltale games where you just push X to continue the story. So I loved it. We got Prey, awesome game, and male Morgan Woo, female Morgan Woo, and Prototype 1 and 2. These are open world superhero type games that I wish we got more of, but it's loads of fun. Alrighty, so let's push this stack over here. Let's move this one over here. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright. Anyway, we got Quantum Break. Awesome story game. I remember what I was trying to do. This is an awesome game where you play as Jack Joyce, and yeah, it looks beautiful as well, and it's X enhanced. Very underrated. Rage 2 is going to be up there, probably one of my favorite games of the year, because it's just like you put you in an open world, just kill things. I love it. Love games like that. Rayman Legends, very fun side scroller. We got Recore, awesome game, very underrated in my opinion. Pretty difficult in a good way, and I don't think many people beat it. Red Dead Redemption 2, one of those games where, what can you say, because so many people played it and it's so highly regarded. Red Faction Guerrilla. The destruction in this game is pretty awesome. It's crazy fun. Let's see here. And now we got Resident Evil. This is the Origins Collection, which is 0 and 1. Resident Evil 2, the best remake this gen. Resident Evil 4, awesome game, and it's a classic. Resident Evil 5, fun game. Resident Evil 6, fun game. And Resident Evil 7, I liked the game, but it didn't feel like Resident Evil, I guess until the end. But it's still a good game, can't hate on it. And again, my best friend's favorite series is Resident Evil, so. And Revelations and Revelations 2. See, we got Rhyme, an indie style game. Rogue Trooper Redux, third person shooter, and it's a remaster from the game from like 2000. Rise, Son of Rome. This is such a great game. And it's short, and I played on a hardest difficulty, and it wasn't too hard to me, to be honest. But I really loved the combat and story in it. And the graphics are incredible. Saints Row, Get Out of Hell, and 4. Very fun and crazy open world game. It's like wilder than GTA. And I think it's coming back too. Samurai Showdown, a fun fighting game. I think this is a reboot of the series. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Yeah, this is an incredible game made by the developers of Dark Souls. And again, it's arguably one of my favorite games of this year as well. It might, you know, if I ever do a top 10, this would probably be up there with the likes of Gears and what other games that I love? Metro, Exodus, and games like that. Shadows Awakening, an awesome top-down action RPG. Shadow Warriors, a very fun first-person game. Shadow Warriors. Alrighty. Oops. Alright, sorry that, folks. Anyway, we got Shenmue 1 and 2, classics from the Dreamcast and OG Xbox era. We got Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment, and The Devil's Daughter. Shining Resonance Reframe. This is a pretty cool JRPG. I dig the artwork. The Sinking City, an awesome horror game, open world, third person, all that. Loved it. Skyrim, cool game, but like I said, these games are a little hard for me to just get into like that sometimes. Sleeping Dogs, underrated. This is an underrated third person like game, like GTA in Hong Kong kind of way. Let's see, we got Sniper Elite 2 Remastered, Sniper Elite 3, and Sniper Elite 4. These are very, very fun. The shooting mechanic in it is so cool, where, it's got that camera view when you kill people, and you kill Hitler at the end of all of them, and basically, it's a lot of fun. Set in World War II. Sniper Ghost Warrior. This is okay first-person shooter. Song of the Deep. This is like a puzzle game, I believe. And at one point, it was a GameStop exclusive. And here's an awesome game. Sonic Mania. And if you like old school Sonic, you'll love Sonic Mania. And the content in it is crazy, too. Soul Calibur 4, awesome fighting game. I love the Soul Calibur games, and I hope it did well, because I remember hearing, look at that steelbook, and I remember hearing that if it didn't, that it might be the last one in the series, which would be very, very, very unfortunate if that's the case. Oh, come on. Next up, South Park, The Fractured Butthole, and The Stick of Truth. Both games capture the South Park humor and show perfectly. And I just love both of those games. They're turn-based RPGs, and yeah, they're both just great games. Very funny as well, especially if you love South Park. Now the fights in this one could be a little too long, but that's a minor complaint of what is otherwise a great game. State of Decay 1 and 2. Love these games as well. These are third-person survival horror open world games. Love that steelbook too. Strange Brigade. It's like a third-person action adventure. And Street Fighter 30th Collection. Love those Street Fighter games, man. That's a nostalgia trip right there. Alrighty. Alright, so we got Warhammer Chaos Bane. This is a top-down RPG set in the Warhammer universe. Got the Surge. Awesome steelbook, isn't it? And this is like a Dark Souls style game, and I can't wait to try the Surge 2. Sea of Thieves. I was wrong about this game. When it first came out, I wasn't feeling it at all, but they added so much content that I had to jump into it, and I must say it's a lot more fun than I expected. Styx, Shadows of Darkness. I have Styx Masters of Shadows not back compat, but digitally, and both are very fun and intricate stealth games, and I like stealth games. Sunset Overdrive, one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game this generation. It is just, like I said, you give me crazy powers, crazy guns, put me in an open world and let me blow shit up, I'm gonna love it. And this game, along with the humor and art style, just encapsulates everything I love in video games. Super's Lucky's Tale, a pretty cool platformer. Titan's Quest, top-down RPG, pretty good game. Let's see here, Technomancer. Yeah, again, I like these kind of like B-level, AA RPGs. They're pretty fun. Tekken 7, awesome steelbook for an awesome game. And it came with Tekken 6 back compat as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh man, this game is a nice nostalgia trip for all the Ninja Turtle fans like I was growing up. The Division 1 and 2. So the Division 2 might also be on my list of one of my favorite games this year, because this game is, man, I'm putting in some hours in this bad boy. And they improved a lot on the Division, which I did enjoy as well. And we got Ghost Recon Wildlands, awesome steelbook. And this game's an awesome game. It's an open world tactical shooter. Give it a try. Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite of these Tom Clancy games, but it's still a lot of fun. Well, now we got another favorite of mine, Tomb Raider. And that's Tomb Raider, the reboot, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. All three games are incredible. Like, they're incredible action games, action adventure games. Love that steelbook, by the way. I mean, and Lara, man, Lara is better than ever now. Love them. Torment, Tides of Numeria, top-down RPG. We got Transformers Devastation and Transformers Rise of the Darkspark. Devastation is like Ninja Turtles. The nostalgia factor is just huge, especially with that art style. And Rise of the Darkspark continues off the War for Cybertron games, which War for Cybertron was back compat but digital only, so unfortunately you can't get it anymore because Activision fucking sucks at rights. Those assholes. Alright. We got Valkyrie Chronicles, Valkyrie 4 Chronicles, and Valkyrie Revolution. I think these are like JRPG style games. pretty fun. I'm not too familiar with the universe. Vampire, a game I absolutely love. RPG where you play as Dr. Jonathan Reed, I believe that's his name, and love that game. Love Victor Vran 2, a top-down RPG. Here's another top-down RPG in Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. Let's see, we got Vermintide, Warhammer Vermintide 1 and 2, and these are first-person co-op games, and they're pretty fun, especially if you get 4 people to play. A top-down RPG and Warhammer 4000 Inquisition Martyr, long title, pretty good game though. Here's a hack and slash in Warriors Orochi 4, awesome game. Wasteland 2, top-down RPG from In Exile, a developer I'm trying to get familiar with because they're under the Microsoft Game Studios umbrella now. Here are 2 games that I really enjoyed. Watch Dogs 1 and Watch Dogs 2. Awesome steelbook for Watch Dogs 2. And Watch Dogs 2 is like Assassin's Creed 2 to the first Assassin's Creed, where it improved on everything of the game. And I liked Watch Dogs 1. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. And then Watch Dogs 2 just made it awesome. And if you see Watch Dogs Legion, you could play as pretty much anybody, which that's an incredible feat there. We got The Witcher 3, classic game for awesome steelbook, and I don't like spending a lot of money on steelbooks, but I did pay a pretty penny for this one, like $40, because I just wanted it so bad because this game is just so good. Speaking of another good game, We Happy Few, absolutely love it. You play as Ollie, Arthur, and Sally. And Sally's part surprised me because I never played as a mother in the game. But yeah, I need to play the DLCs for these because I heard that they were really good as well. Next up, we got the Wolfenstein games, The New Order, The Old Blood, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, and Wolfenstein Youngblood, where you play as Jess and Soph, BJ Borowitz, Kirby Bounce his name, daughters. And if anybody ever wants to join me, I have the buddy pass, so we could always play together. World War Z. Oh man, this is such an awesome and fun game where you just kill zombies, and this probably has the biggest horde of zombies in any zombie game ever. Seriously, what game would rival this? I can't think off the top of my head. One of the few games I don't like, WWE 2K16. I'm already not a big wrestling fan anymore, but I saw my man Stone Cold on the cover and thought it was going to be awesome. It turned out to be boring as shit. XCOM 2, haven't started yet. And last but not least, Zombie Army Trilogy. And yeah, so this is the same makers of Sniper Elite, and it has similar mechanics, and it's a lot of fun. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all 235 games of my physical collection. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. You let me know what games you like. Show me your collections and everything. So, take care.